Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kristen Brown. I'm a relationship healing and self-love recovery life coach, author, and mentor. And I'm also the host of the Sweet Empowerment podcast, Reclaiming Your Personal Power, which you can find on all major podcasting platforms. And today I'm talking about a subject that really lights me up because I know that if you are a recovering people pleaser, that you have experienced this. In fact, just settle yourself down, grab a pen and a piece of paper because you're going to want to take some notes because I'm going to drop some bombs here that are really going to help you understand the situation that you are in. So as recovering people pleasers, chances are that we probably tried to set boundaries and it never worked, or we started to feel guilty about it, or we started to get pushback from people and it just sort of made us fold. And we did this unconsciously because we weren't really aware what was happening. We just started getting that feeling. So we just sort of ignored what it was that we requested or needed. And the reason why we do that is because we are people pleasers at that point, right? We are still in the process of really being people pleasers and wanting to make everybody around us happy. So we tend to back down when we get some pushback. Well, here's the most important part is that we have trained people around us that we're going to do that. So in essence, we have trained people that they can have their way with us. Whatever they say or do, we tend to make it okay, or we work around it some way because we want their love, approval, and acceptance. So we tend to fold when it comes to our boundaries. But as we're starting to heal and grow and evolve, and we really start to get serious about our boundaries, and we become a little bit more consistent with our boundaries, guess what happens? We get pushback. I was shocked when this started happening because I was so proud of myself for recognizing where I needed to take care of myself, where I needed to respect myself, where I needed to really have limits with the people that I love in my life. And then that started happening. And likely it comes from people who are the closest to us. Why is that? Because number one, there is a deep love between us and a familiarity, that's a hard word for me to say, and a comfortableness with these people. So they are the ones that are going to push back with us the most. So it happens within mostly our inner and tightest circle. So when they start to push back, that is the time that we will start to question ourselves. And I think it's perfectly acceptable. In fact, I invite you to question yourself to see if you're out of line, because part of reclaiming our personal power and healing from our people pleasing is to get radically clear about who it is we are, and for us to determine what is right and what is wrong for us, and for us to know what is acceptable and unacceptable for us. So to this day, if somebody gives me a little pushback for my boundary, I will go, am I out of line here? Is this wrong? And what is my motive? If my motive is to respect, protect, or to care for me in some way, then I know I'm not out of line. If it was to control or to manipulate, then I know that I'm out of line. So it's always good to question yourself. However, what is not appropriate to happen is when we get this pushback from people and we fold. And we typically get this pushback verbally. They'll say things like, oh, you think you're all that, or oh, what is this all of a sudden? You think that you know better than all of us? Or what do you mean? Do you know how much I do for you? Or, oh, I forgot, you're perfect. You know, it can come in a plethora of ways, but anytime it's not, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I will work on that. If it's something that kind of makes you go, on the inside, because you will feel that disrespect, you will feel that lack of them heeding your boundary in your physical body. And that's one of the reasons why we really need to get in touch with our physical body, because it will alert us through feelings and through emotions when we are not being treated correctly. So when we start to get that pushback, here's something that I want you to understand. This is really mega important. That we have trained them, like I said, to deal with us in a certain way. But when we decide that we are going to require respect and we're going to set boundaries with those around us, we are quite literally changing the game on them. We are changing the system, the method of operation, the status quo, how it has been for however long. And when we change that for them, they're going to be shocked at first because they're used to this certain pattern, trugging along, going along, going on. All of a sudden, we're putting a wrench in those plans. The gears are stopping, and we're saying that's no longer okay. That's one of the first things. So this shocks people. And unconsciously, they're going to try to get us back into the old method because that's what's comfortable for them. And as human beings, people like to be comfortable. But the second thing about that is that many times when we are an overgiver, people can very easily become overtakers with us, which means they have a little piece of selfishness inside of them that is really liking that we're giving to them all the time. And when we stop doing that, they're going to want to try to get that back, either consciously, like they really connive and say, how can I get them to do what I want them to do? Or it's unconscious and their brain just devises a mechanism to get everything back to status quo so that they can feel comfortable. The second thing is that many times when we set a boundary with someone, it is going to be shining light on their unfavorable, not nice, maybe disrespectful or bad behavior. It's going to shine a light on something that they're doing. And sometimes people are not ready to see that light. In fact, they want to shy away from that light. So when you shine that light and you say, hey, can you stop yelling at me or going in my room and taking my clothes when I'm not home or whatever it is, and they're blatantly doing this and you know it and they know it, they may try to turn that around and block that because they don't want to feel the shame of what it is that they are doing. But here's the deal. No matter what, your boundary is appropriate and it is acceptable and it is required for you to reclaim your personal power and to move away from people pleasing. And I will tell you what happens. Many times what you will notice is people who love you and care about you are going to shift themselves and somehow conform to this boundary because they don't want to lose you. Because when they don't, and we back away from them, we stop engaging with them, we stop putting energy towards them, then they know, something has shifted here. And now I'm kind of losing this person. They're going to shift themselves and morph and actually mature and grow and evolve in some way so that they can get you back into their life. Now, the people that are strictly only in your life to take from you, for you to please them and them to get anything that they want from you, they may go. And when this happens, this can be a little startling to a people pleaser because we've spent a majority of our life trying to make everybody happy, trying to make everybody like us, trying to make everybody comfortable. And when something like that happens, we might automatically think, oops, I did something wrong. This is not the time to fold on your healthy boundary. It's pertinent and of utmost importance that you truly hold your line where you are at. If your person is feeling uncomfortable because of your boundary, that means that it is shining a light on something that they need to heal. And what this really means is your boundary is correct. So when you start receiving pushback from people, it is important that you don't start to automatically think you're doing something wrong. The truth is, the absolute 100% truth in 500 font and all bold letters is, this is an indicator that you are doing something right. I truly hope that you guys got a lot of value from this video today. This is a topic that is really important for you to understand on your path to reclaiming your personal power and to healing from your people-pleasing behavior. And if you haven't, please comment below. I read each and every one of your comments. I love to hear from the gallery. I love to hear what you guys are thinking. And be sure to ask any questions that you have. I have a whole nother playlist on my channel called Dear KB, where I answer people's questions specifically. All you have to do is write your question below in a comment section on this video or any of my videos. Be sure that it's clear and succinct and it is within my wheelhouse of expertise, and I will add it to my queue to answer on a Dear KB episode. Thank you guys for so much for listening. If you haven't yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, give me a fat thumbs up, and share with someone that you think could benefit from this information. All right, you guys, until next time, so much love to you. Mwah.